We all know what the Quest 2 is. It was most of our first headsets and how we found Gorilla Tag. Well, guess what? It's getting discontinued. This might actually be the end of Gorilla Tag as we know it. Not because the game is dying, or because people stopped caring or playing, but because Meta made a decision that could change everything. Meta has officially discontinued the Quest 2. The headset that pretty much built the VR community and definitely built Gorilla Tag community is gone. No more being made, no more restocks. Once stores ran out, just like that, it's over. But nope, Meta is moving on, and that's where the problem starts, because if the Quest 2 disappears, a huge percent of players disappear too. I'm talking 30, maybe even 40% of the Gorilla Tag community. Imagine half of the lobby is just empty. And if those players leave, a lot of content creators go with them, because let's be honest, if people can't play, they're not watching Gorilla Tag videos as much either. That means fewer clips, fewer funny moments, fewer big updates to cover. It all connects. I'll be real with you guys, this hits me personally. I don't have a new headset yet, which means I won't be able to play for the next few months when they discontinue it. I won't be able to make the same content I've been making for you guys, and that really sucks. But don't get it twisted, because I'm not quitting. I'm not disappearing forever. I'll be saving up for a new VR, and I promise I will come back stronger. I just need you guys to stick with me during this break, because this community means the world to me. And it's not just me. Think about all the younger players who saved up for months just to get their Quest 2, and they don't have the money to buy a Quest 3 or Quest 3S. So what happens to them? Do they just vanish from Gorilla Tag? That's what makes this so scary. The Quest 2 was supposed to be the headset, the one that opened VR to everyone. Now Meta is shutting it down. They're acting like people just magically upgraded, but that's not how real life works. And this even might hurt Meta too, because if many players leave VR because they can't upgrade it, that's less money being spent on games, less attention on the Quest store, less hype around new features. Meta could actually lose the momentum they spent years building. You can already see it happening. Developers have said sales on Quest stores have dropped a ton compared to last year. Some report they're losing 50 to 80% of their income. That's massive. Don't you dare make the meme in the comments. And if Gorilla Tag isn't bringing in new players like before, it affects everyone. Meta says I keep supporting the Quest 2 for a while after it's discontinued, but let's be honest, how long is a while? A month? A year? 2 years? Eventually they're going to focus on the Quest 3 and the Quest 3S and whatever comes out next. And eventually the Quest 2 will just fade out. And we've already seen this story before. Quest 1 players, they got left behind. Gorilla Tag stopped updates for them. They can still play, but no new features. No context that happened to the Quest 1. If it happened to the Quest 1, what's stopping it from happening to the Quest 2 next? This could also change how Gorilla Tag feels overall. If a ton of players leave, lobbies won't be the same. Fewer funny moments, less chaos, less of that wild energy that made Gorilla Tag special. That's the part that really scares me. Now some people are hopeful. They think the Quest 3S and the Quest 3 are going to be a success, but people are turning to the Quest 3S because it's cheaper. That might save the community by giving people more affordable upgrade path, and yeah, some players will make that jump, but not everybody can, and not right away. For me, it means I have to wait a few months of not playing, not uploading Gorilla Tag content, but I'll figure out ways to keep posting stuff while I save up. Maybe updates, maybe I'll record things beforehand, I don't know, but I just don't want to go silent. And honestly, I hope this break gives me more creative ideas. I want to come back with new ideas and new types of content, and of course more Gorilla Tag. The second I get back into VR, it's not the end, it's just a pause. The truth is, this situation shows how fragile VR is. One decision from Meta and suddenly the entire communities are at risk. That's why it's important we talk about it, share it, and make sure people know what's going on. So yeah, it feels like the end of an era, the Quest 2 era, but eras don't end without a new beginning. Maybe the Quest 3 era will be even bigger. Maybe Gorilla Tag will keep evolving and bringing a new community. That's the hope anyway. Until then, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all my subscribers. Thank you for sticking with me and being there since I had about 100 subscribers. Another thing that worries me is new players. The Quest 2 is the easiest way for people to get into VR. Now, if somebody wants to try Gorilla Tag for the first time, they need a newer headset which costs more money. That could slow down the community from growing. And it's not just Gorilla Tag. Other VR games that relied on the Quest 2 as an entry point could see the same thing, which means VR as a whole might shrink for a while. Fewer people trying VR, which means fewer games being made, fewer creators making content. It all connects. Some people argue, but the Quest 3 and the Quest 3S are better. And yeah, that's true. The graphics are better, the controllers are better, the tracking isn't better, but that doesn't help the people who can't afford it. And that's lots of people. I've also been thinking about the social side. Gorilla Tag isn't just a game. It's how we connect with friends, meet new people, and hang out online. If a big chunk of the community disappears, that social connection disappears too. That's a real loss. And then there's the speed of technology. Meta keeps releasing new headsets every year. Quest 3, Quest 3S, and maybe even Quest 4 next year. It's exciting in a way, but also makes older hardware feel dumb super fast. That's a part of why the Quest 2 has to be discontinued, but it still hurts. In September 2024, Meta officially announced they were discontinuing the Quest 2 and Quest Pro headsets. The Quest 2, which came out in 2020, was the headset that introduced million people to VR. It was affordable, easy to use, and didn't need a PC. Now Meta is phasing it out as they push newer models like the Quest 3S to cost $300. Even though Meta says they'll keep supporting the Quest 2 with updates and warranty services for a few more years, it won't be sold anywhere, which means when stores run out, that is the end for the Quest 2. Forum discussions show how people are already worried. Some are asking Gorilla Tag if they would still work on Quest 2 in a year or two. Technically, you can still play it, but updates and new features might eventually only come with newer headsets. That's a scary thought for anyone who can't upgrade right now. Meta is also shifting more towards AI. They've tested new AR products like the Ray-Ban Meta display and smart glasses. VR isn't disappearing, but it's clear Meta's priorities are changing, which could affect how much attention older VR headsets and games get in the future. Looking forward, Meta plans to release the Quest 4 in 2026 with better graphics, improved tracking, and new features. I've heard that's the one that looks like the Valve Index, but let me know if I'm wrong. The Quest 2 is the entry point for millions of people, and how the community has to adapt. Some players will upgrade, some might leave, and some will affect games like Gorilla Tag. For me, this is just another reason to appreciate the Quest 2. It made VR accessible, and it built this amazing opportunity for me. So thank you, Meta, for releasing this headset, and I'm sad to see it go. Have a blessed day, and I hope you found the information you were looking for on this situation. Bye-bye. And you should subscribe because this took forever to edit because I kept stuttering over and over and over.